Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Catch today, I think it's time for a Bigelow Aerospace update. It's been a while since we've heard from them, and there has been some very recent news. So, they announced a couple of days ago that they're going to be offering seats to the International Space Station. This is part of NASA's move to open up the ISS to whatever commercial opportunities, and that, of course, includes tourism. And there have been private individuals have visited the station now and again over the 19 years or so that it has been up there. So basically they've reserved seats on 4 flights. I thought from reading the NASA site that they'd reserved 4 seats, but from reading the Bigelow tweet, they've reserved up to 16 seats on 4 flights, so 4 seats a flight. That kind of makes sense because and it'll be on SpaceX Dragon as well, although they carry 7 people, 4 is probably going to be the usual number of passengers on there. Unless, of course, it's 4 tourists and 3 crew for the ISS. But yes, very interesting that is starting to happen. That will be in the next couple of years or so. Obviously, there will be a market for that. There are high net worth individuals who would be prepared to go to the ISS to say that they could. But also, it'd be a good opportunity for them to get a bit of practice before their BA330s, hopefully, go up there. And that should be from next year or so. If I recall correctly, the timeline that they had with ULA to launch a BA330 as a standalone, commercial destination in low Earth orbit, or even attaching one to the ISS, who knows? The beam is still on there. Could indeed result in one of their main modules being attached. But yes, very exciting. They're going to be offering flights to the ISS because space tourism, space hotels and all that sort of stuff is very much what Bigelow is very interested in. I mean, Robert Bigelow personally. Now, they also announced their lunar base, because obviously NASA is planning its return to the moon, the gateway and all that sort of stuff. Bigelow, of course, have got a concept. Again, this is from one of their tweets. This is a picture of a model of it. I'll just show you. So standard, say, BA330 here with solar panels, various propulsion type things. 2 things at either end. I think one is for propulsion and one is like a warehouse that could, like, say, store your lunar rover, and you can see for scale an astronaut there. So that would enable, I think it's a crew of 6, is it? Let me just check what the tweet says. Yes, meet first base, a lunar lander's best friend. This space can accommodate 4 people for a long duration or 6 people for 120 days on the surface of the moon. Habitat interior volume 330 cubic meters, not including 2 airlocks, one at either side, of course. So I wonder what long duration would count as, maybe up to a year. I don't know if you'd want to be on the moon for that long, but 6 people for 120 days is 4 months. That could be interesting as part of the return to the moon. Bigelow is, of course, very worried about the Chinese getting there first and planting the red flag on there. He wants America to get there and start all the mining and all of that sort of stuff, building out the infrastructure. And I would have thought if they're going to build that lunar gateway station, they may as well use Bigelow habitats as well for that. But of course, they will reinvent the wheel first before they settle on any decision, which is why there's many different providers have received RFPs for various parts of the architecture of the Lunar Gateway Station, as well, of course, as proposals for the habitats. Oh, let's just rotate that. There we go. So there you can see a model of it there. So yes, Bigelow Aerospace, they are moving ahead. It does seem like these various strands are starting to come together. Reusable rockets bringing down the price. Private companies being able to offer flights. Not just, say, SpaceX offering flights, but other companies being able to market flights on SpaceX. And then, of course, other habitats, not just the ISS, to go to. And there could be a whole string of them in due course. And then, of course, you'll have the other stuff at the moon in due course, and that will become a lunar tourist destination. There was that plan for Elon to send some people around the moon, although I think the guy who was funding it is running out of cash, so that may not happen. Certainly not until Starship is completed, because it was going to be, I think, on a Dragon, but that's been cancelled now, I believe. But yes, Bigelow Aerospace, moving ahead. We do like to see news on Bigelow. They're so secretive. I'm always looking out for stuff, and it's so rare that they make any announcements, but when they do, it's always worthwhile. So yes, they're going to be sending people up to the ISS. Like I said, this will be a dry run probably for when they're launching people to their own destinations. They'll get their practice in on the ISS. But there you go, guys. That's just the latest with Bigelow Aerospace. Very exciting news. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.